Police arrested a trio of babyface Florida teens for credibly threatening to target classmates named on a lengthy strike list. The St. Johns County Sheriff's Office stated investigators discovered a group text messages that identified targets they wanted to physically harm or X out. Nikita Calanthrop, age 15, Ron Quiones, age 14, and Krelin Nerad, age 14, allegedly posted pictures of their targets with faces circled, along with aerial photographs of Creekside High School. St. Johns County Sheriff's stated, quote, this hit list was created for select students the group wanted to physically take out on this lethal list, which was created for students the group wanted to X out. The group chats also included a picture of the suburban Jacksonville area school with a specific on campus location circled and discussed the use of firearms. Deputies arrested the three boys for written threats to X out or do bodily harm, and they were taken to St. Johns County Jail for processing. Students were pulled from their classes earlier this week as the investigation advanced, and the families of the kids, the list, were notified. Quote, nothing is more important to me than the safety of our children. And this is another example of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office committing to protecting the more than 50,000 students who attend classes on a daily basis. Officials stressed that they believe that the threats were authentic and warranted swift action. Three teens were arrested for threatening to exile classmates. St. Johns County Sheriff's noted, quote, I am proud of the youth service deputies assigned to the investigation who acted quickly on the information that was provided and prevented a potential tragedy. St. Johns County School Superintendent Tim Forson urged parents to keep a close watch on their kids' phones activity in the wake of the arrest. Quote, we have recently experienced behavior on social media and phones that is unacceptable. There appears to be a lack of understanding of the serious nature of threatening statements that have been made. He also urged families to alert authorities if they become aware of suspicious correspondence. Quote, please remind your children to speak up when they see something that concerns them. Meanwhile, officials state that Friday they investigated social media rumors of a weapon being brought to another high school roughly 40 miles away in Clay County. While no weapon was found, the issuer of the threat was identified and disciplined. Authorities stated that the threat stemmed from an off campus fight. Quote, please continue to talk to your children about the seriousness of these types of actions, and we encourage students if you see something, say something. Now, I expected this from the true Americans, but this is very odd given the fact that it seems as though that we have an Asian American in the midst of this whole situation. How he actually got there and why it is that he feels the need that he's in such a mood of emo depression that he needs to commit such an outrageous act, likened to that of Columbine. It makes zero sense to me. But it further shows that parents are having their children younger and younger, and the parents aren't ready to actually be parents. So you have the parents, instead of being parents, they're friends or best friends with their kids, not really being the guardians or the parental units that they are actually meant to be when conceiving a child and bringing them into this world and trying to teach them the things that need to be taught. You can clearly see this lacking in all three of the cases. And you can clearly see the lack of self-awareness on top of the fact the account for them not caring about other individuals as well. Why? Because they don't actually care about themselves. So because they have that feeling, it's a lot easier for them to make this list. It's a lot easier for them to go through a yearbook and to circle faces of people that they feel a certain type of way about because they may be popular or they may have snubbed them or they didn't want to date them, they didn't want to be friends, or they laughed at them, once on this day with a group of whole other people, right? All of this is a emotional action. And this is what this is. This is what it looks like when you don't have kids that are emotionally balanced. All of that learning comes directly from the home. It doesn't come from school, it comes from the home. And the moment of time that it's not taught at home, kids are going to yearn for a certain type of attention, a certain type of teaching and understanding. If they can't get that from their parents, they're going to get it directly from the streets or they're going to get it directly from their peers. And we can clearly see that all three are peers of one another. This is why they aligned. This is why they came up with a list. This is why they came up with a plan. This is why they were going to act on all of the information that they brought together. And luckily, the good cops were actually there and they paid attention and they actually listened and they actually acted and stopped something. They actually stopped something. But like I said before, people got to pay attention to their kids and they got to learn how to raise their kids so something like this doesn't happen.